Hello guys. By the way, my name is I'm thinking about turning the lights off, but I don't really mind. Anyways, my name is Shadow22 Xfire Phoenix, and this is Ethan the Hybrid Chapter 11 Part 2. And I'm gonna be just saying a full disclaimer here that I did this a few days ago as well, and it lasted for an hour, I believe, and then I deleted it. I literally just deleted it a few seconds ago. The reason why it was garbage. It wasn't how to say this. It wasn't as good as chapter 10, and I have listened to chapter 10, and that crap was beyond right. I have been talking to myself a lot, and yes, I'm a talker. Anyways, let's continue. Let's go with chapter 11, part 2, Ethan the Hybrid. This is going to be probably going on for 2 hours. I'm not going to lie, sure. But anyways, let's go. Since it is 1 minute and 6 seconds now, let's go. Previously on Ethan the Hybrid. Yeah, no, I'm going to do that piece of garbage. You thought I was. No, I'm not going to do that piece of garbage. I'm not a freaking episode. This is chapters of book. Book don't say previously. Yeah, they're just fart. Don't care. Anyways, let's turn on this TV first. I need to get in the zone. Get into the zone. Turn on my freaking fan. Get in the zone, baby. Get in the zone. Let's do this crap. Ethan the Hybrid, Chapter 11, Part 2. Not much time has passed during Ethan and Chief Rose's talk. Barely anything has passed. The only thing that Ethan been doing was basically training and preparing himself for this incoming enemy. He knows nothing about. And nothing more, he has absolutely no idea how many there are. But he estimated a few. Not a lot, but a few. But in his book, a few could be a lot. A few could be anywhere between 1 to about 50. That's what he considers a few. 50 beings fighting him at once. He considers that as a few. No, he considers 100 as a few, actually. But anyways, nothing more, like I said. Nothing passed. Ethan's been sitting on his seat looking at TV. His favorite anime, Naruto. The episode was when Naruto actually talked to the Nine Tails and convinced it to help him. And he went on with the season. He lost track of which episode he was on now since he fell asleep. Granted, it was in the middle of the daytime, so it wasn't common. It wasn't rare for him to be sleeping in the middle of the daytime. He is nocturnal after all. And this, my friends, is where our story continues. I'm going to try to do a sound of thunder. Don't say a word. I'm just going to do it. I don't know if that freaking worked, but I'm just doing the sound effects myself. I don't have anything else. But still. Thunderstruck, showing no relentless during its attack. Thunder clouds merged from the skies, never ending, dark and gray. Rain dropped down in heaps of speed. Rain dropped from the sky fast in great mass. A downpour, thunder, and a sky that was pitch black and gray. This is what met Ethan's dreams. This is what he dreamed about. Then, Sergeant, the anti-dimensional beings are breaking through the barrier. We need to secure that. We need to secure the barrier grounds immediately. No, the commander said. The guard looked back at him in shock. What do you mean, no? If we don't secure that area, we're going to lose it. If we lose that area, it won't cost us any much. Besides, we have bigger and pressing matters at hand. What do you mean by that? I don't think this is going to be our onward assault. The armies that are bringing them are far too small. I don't see any commanders, nor sergeants or lieutenants, not even a captain in that mix. Then what do you suggest? I suggest we fall back for now. Analyze our opponent. Ethan turned around, walking away. The guard following close behind him, and the squad also. A few minutes, then 1 hour passed. Sergeant. Commander. Yes, Commander. Commander. We don't see any enemy activity up ahead. Does it mean don't trust your eyes, Ethan said. Your eyes can be deceiving at some points. What do you mean by that, Commander? Listen, smell, feel, and sense. Your eyesight is nothing more than sight itself. If you depend on it too much, it'll lead you into destruction. Little did the guards know that Ethan was slowly moving his hand toward a bow. He lay beside him. And as quick as a cobra, he picked it up, unsheathed, pulled three arrows out of his quiver on his back, lined up all three shots, and released the rope. The three arrows shot off in a blinding speed. In seconds and moments later, three bodies fell. The soldiers looked at where they heard the bodies falling, and they were astonished to see it. Three enemy units, each having an arrow embedded into their brain, sticking out of the back of their head. Like I said, the commander said. Let me just, I'm not going to freaking say it as the commander said. Let me just use the deep voice as the commander. I don't care if y'all don't follow the track or not. As I said, listen, feel, touch, and sense, and smell. Those are the only ways you'll actually be able to find these enemies of ours. Using only sight, that'll lead you to your own demise. So, Captain, one of the soldiers said, what can you expect from this battle? What can I expect? I expect there's going to be a large amount of casualties on our side and theirs. I'm going to expect that this fight is going to go on forever and may not end easily. And And I can honestly expect that someone that's going to end this battle will give their own life to do it. Ethan gripped his bow, almost putting enough pressure to crack it. But he held it off on doing that. To unbeknown to the guards, Ethan's eyes were set on something else. Something that caught his interest. Something that none of them could see. He was up in the sky. He was looking up in the sky. He noticed a figure up there. What figure it was completely unexpected. And it completely was unexplained to Ethan. A being that lived for billions of years. Being that lived for billions of years, I would say. Or thousands of years, I wouldn't care which one. He lived for a very long time, isn't that? I'm giving him an age. I'm gonna give him an age soon enough. Already has his age, but still, I'm gonna give it to him. Ethan was staring at this strange entity in the sky, completely drowned out from his own environment and surroundings. He noticed that the entirety of the sky and the clouds, rain and everything, he noticed that the basic rain itself ignored it. Like it wasn't there. Like it didn't belong there. But as Ethan could tell, he could make out some type of sharp something. It looked like a horn. He couldn't identify the color of it since it was so dark, but he could tell that the eyes were white, pure white. And he could swear he saw wings flapping right beside it, with something flowing behind it. It was equally dark colored. It was equal dark color contrasting over the clouds. But to ordinary eyesight, they couldn't even be able to catch it. He was barely able to catch it. Barely able to even see it. And as time went past, they were both staring at each other. Nothing moving. Time stopped completely. As both beings looked at each other. And then something happened. The being warped. The being itself warped. Covering itself was nothing more. The being warped. The being basically warped into nothing more than black. Way more dark black, like the night sky itself. He noticed that the horn that he assumed got longer and sharper, and the wings got bigger, and the basic form itself was huge. And the eyes. Oh God, those eyes. Ethan felt scared. In all of his life, in his all the time he's been living, he has never felt fear. Not on this level, at least. He quickly swung his arrow. He quickly pulled his bow from his side and aimed at the creature underneath him, pulling out 5 arrows from his quiver, pulling them back and releasing them all at once. The arrows ripped through the air, going directly toward the entity. And then something happened that even blew Ethan's mind out of proportion. The horn blew, and with crackling electricity struck all five of the arrows, destroying them immediately. Whatever this creature was, whatever hole this creature crawled out of, it was certainly not supposed to be here. But he had little time to worry. The creature was coming out at blinding speed, charging at him immediately with his horn point down in a basic impaling position. Ethan, with accurate reflexes, dodged. Yeah, I'm making the sound up. He dodged right to the left. The black entity swooshed right past him.
All right, bud?
Yeah, I'm all right. Just recording. Yeah. Swooshed right past him. Ethan could feel the wind tearing off his body and his cloak swerving with the wind. He turned his head looking at the entity again and noticed that it wasn't there. Where was it? He quickly inversed himself to using all of his senses except his eyes. Focused on his hearing, his smelling, the vibration in the earth itself. He scanned his entire vicinity, trying to find this entity that was made of pure black. Within 1 second, he felt something moving in the air as fast as sound would move. He had only a second to react, but then he ducked. Something flew right past his head, fast enough to take it off. He quickly stood back up, having his arrows ready, and fired them again. And this time, he didn't stop. Again and again, arrows fired. His quiver were going lighter, having less arrows by less arrows of each, having arrows being less in his quiver each second. And by each second, he released 5 arrows as a volley each second. Running, jumping, dodging, doing anything to confuse this unknown threat. And then he stopped. You don't know why he stopped, but he stopped. He forced his hand to move, but it didn't. And when he noticed it, there was a purple glow around it. A dark violet color around it. He looked in front of him and saw the creature. A being that was as tall than him, sporting a sharp, deadly horn, wings, and is obviously wearing armor, with slanted pupils and blue irises around it. This creature was not what he encountered ever in his life. He didn't say a word. It wasn't because he was scared. It wasn't because he was surprised. He wanted to see what this creature wanted. Besides, he thought the creature didn't notice a knife in his hand. He was prepared to break out of this hold and stab in the throat and rip his own jugular out. But he held back for now. Yeah, he held back for now. The creature hummed, looking at him intently. What you got to say? Hold up, no, hold up. I'm doing my best voice. I gotta say, you're more impressive than I thought. When I came to this dream, I thought that you would be a perfect fighter, but I stand corrected. Who are you? Who am I? The creature gestured to himself. I am your worst nightmare. A being of hopelessness. Of complete hopelessness that you know you cannot prevail. That will torment you in every dream you have. Who I am is Nightmare. And you, my little human, will aid me. I will do no such thing. I'd rather die than aid you at all. Oh, you'll aid me. I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure you will. The creature turned around with an evil laugh. Coming up a few days from now, you will aid me whether you like it or not. And I can care less about your choice. It won't matter. At the end of the day, though, you will call me master. My little pet. The creature vanished. But before he did, Ethan noticed something. He noticed something that was odd about the creature. Something was on his flank, or at least on the side of it. It was some type of mark, a black splash, something of that, but to Ethan's eyes, it didn't equal the contrast of his own color, of the skin that this creature had. He took an exhale, and the being was gone. He vanished out of thin air, and then an earthquake came. He dropped to the ground, shaking uncontrollably, watching the landscape around him be completely destroyed and drop into an endless abyss of darkness. The floor that he was standing on dropped too. He quickly jumped for another part, but as soon as he grabbed it, it dropped too. He yelled as he fell. And then, like a stroke of life, a lightning bolt struck. Ethan woke up in his bed in his room, gasping. A lightning bolt just struck somewhere, waking him up out of his dream. And what was going through his mind was, who was that creature? And why was he going on like he was going to hypnotize him or something. The day just keeps getting stranger and stranger. But what can you expect? What can I expect exactly? My life is already strange as it is. Well, it's clear to say I'm not going to just ignore that. That was part 2 of chapter 11 of Ethan the Hybrid. Oh, that felt good. It felt good. I'm not good with the electricity or lightning thing. I mean, I'm not good with it. But hey, just give me some props that I'm actually trying to, because there are people out there that won't do it. Let's just say like a lightning struck and they won't see the sound or anything. I mean, I know it's stupid for doing it, but hey, it's better to put up the effort than not put up any effort at all. Like I be doing. I put up effort. Anyways, this is, like I said, it's been Ethan Ira chapter 11, part 2. By the way, I'm just going to say right now that I am I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know what to say right now. Just bravo, I guess. I'm actually excited here. The day's been just awesome, though. I mean, the day is Saturday, but hey, I'm not gonna lie here. The freaking story's been moving on for a little long and ordinary, and I didn't expect to be this long. But hey, it was nice, though. As always, I'll see y'all guys later. Bye bye.